Grubb, and I'm your host for Fix It in 5, Lynette Louise.
She flies to Africa or takes off some bugs. She's helping brains while giving kids hugs.
So what do you think? All right. You have to be a great actor right now? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's watch this one.
Hi Lynette, my name is Jody Moore and I'm from Alameda, California. And I'm here asking for your help with my son, who's 13. His name is Xavier. He becomes very aggressive and violent. And over the last few years, I've had my nose broken, teeth chipped. He right now has a chipped tooth. And at this point, I've just become completely suicidal. I feel that if I can't help my son, there isn't really anybody else who would want to, because he's so much bigger than us. And that I fear that in time, he's gonna hurt someone really bad and end up somewhere where I have no control over the situation.
If I get a broken nose, will you take care of me?
Yes.
Okay.
My biggest fantasy for my son is that his brain will heal and that he will lead a normal life and have a beautiful, happy life.
So, I don't know, Dar. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if bringing cameras in is gonna make it so that we can make a difference in 5 days, but let's give it a try. Lights, camera, action. This is not a highly produced, funded series where we're all staying in beautiful hotels. We are staying in a friend of mine's house, and he can't afford to turn on the heat, so we are getting sick.
You look like you need some ibuprofen or something?
Gesundheit.
But my room doesn't have the heat.
The guys are sneezing, I'm coughing.
You will help?
Yeah, I would like to help.
Will you help?
We're passing the colds to Jody, and life is a mess.
They needed a tax write-off last year.
Yeah.
I also don't have a theater yet. Now, normally I would do that on day 4. I would do the big raising of the bar on day 4 so that when things fall apart, we still have another day to put them back together again. But so far, I don't have a theater. We don't have that as an option, and I have lots of neurofeedback to teach. And then I have to think show and therapy at the same time. So, here we are. Me pretending to pull up all by myself when in fact the guys got out of the car so I could pull up, so that we can make a normal reality series for you. And while editing, it occurred to me, I need you to know about the backstory, the wholeness of it, the mess of life. Because in fact, you probably live in a mess. Jody lives in a mess. We're shooting in a mess. And still, you can make a difference with your children. So when I first decided to do this series, I thought cameras might be a problem. And as it turns out, they're actually a benefit. The kids so far have ignored the cameras or liked the cameraman and implemented them as therapists, and you'll see some of that today, or they've completely been irrelevant to the children, and the parents, the families, have stepped up and listened better because they're on camera. So in fact, cameras are helping. So here we are, it's day 4. And we've gone through so much learning. We've learned about masturbation, we've thought about the man cave, we've dealt with the violence. Xavier is being so sweet and beautiful and wonderful, and Jody's shifting, and Gina's stepping right up there. But in the meantime, all kinds of stuff has happened. All right, so this is the difference between how I perceive and how many other people perceive. I see that Xavier's covering his head in this blanket, but I also see that he's covering his whole body in the blanket. So I'm not thinking, wow, the sound of the vacuum cleaner is scaring him and he's trying to shut it out. He may be trying to reduce the volume, But it's not the wholeness of the issue. He's enjoying the sensory feed of the blanket. And you can tell that because when sister comes and snuggles in, he stops putting his head under the blanket. He gets more sensory feed from the love of his sister. How great is that? Give them a snuggle.
Do you have it?
Ew. Wipe my hand, please.
Go get the door. I think it's Lynette.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
We are looking forward.
Go ahead.
It is.
Drummer boy.
I'm not the little drummer boy. I'm the big brain broad.
You want to ask Lynette if she needs some help in? No? Maybe
That
I
was
will.
great. Did you know you asked him a question and he gave you a fantastic answer?
Hi.
Hi.
He
Good
did.
morning. With someone like Zay, very often they'll say, "Do you want to help Lynette in?" And they're meaning, go help Lynette in.
Okay.
But you said, "Do you want to help Lynette in?"
And he said no.
There you go. Next time, if you really want him to do it, you have to make it a
Say-
command.
Go help Lynette.
Right,
Okay.
right. Otherwise, you'll feel like he's not listening when, in fact, he was listening.
Okay.
And he was answering. He didn't do a single thing out of line. You gave him an option, he took it. Oh, someone getting a real kiss?
You want to tickle my underarm?
No.
I'm gonna tickle yours.
No.
Hey. Hey, can I tell you a secret? I don't like it when you touch my boobs.
When it's something you really want to see stop, drop your energy, and you can be matter of fact. Don't have to be commanding, don't have to be ordering, but if it's like, can I mime you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like it when you touch my boobs. What are all the signals I'm giving you?
Oh, right.
There's a big smile, it's
Right.
welcoming.
Inviting.
Yeah. So it's sort of like that thing, that sex thing, she means yes when she says no.
Right.
You want all of your signals to be clear.
Okay.
Okay? So go to touch my boob. Woo! X-rated. No, seriously. Actually, I don't like it when you touch my boob. My boobs are very sensitive and they belong to my body. Hey! Do you see how that now? So I went down,
And kinda
matter of
back to the-
fact,
created a
clear,
little space.
no judgment. And then what did I follow with? Oh, now I'm going to talk about something. Let's squeeze.
Now.
Oh,
Potato?
Notebook.
oh, I have that big one, but I think I left it here.
Okay, Dandy.
Hey, handsome. Thank you for taking my hand. Did you want me to lick you too?
No.
Oh, then can you please don't lick me?
Don't like me.
Thanks. So that's sort of what friends do, right?
No. Yeah.
It is so.
No.
Friends help
No.
each other. Yes, yes, yes. Friends help each other by listening and sharing. Look in my eyes. You understand?
Yes.
Good. Xavier, we're going to do the same thing as we did every other morning. I'm going to talk to Mom for a minute. I need to catch up about sleep and how everybody was feeling last night, so I know what to do with my computer.
Yes.
All right. Let's have. Where's my coffee?
It's not ready.
There's no coffee.
I'm sorry.
How am I going to be a bright brain? No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Should I just?
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Just
I'm
get
actually.
a glass of water. Will
I'm
be
not.
just-
I'm a little behind today.
It's all right. A glass of water will be just fine. So how come Dad's not coming? What did he say?
He said he couldn't make it.
Okay. Is that common? Yeah. Okay. This is a common problem. Many parents with autistic children end up single parenting and feeling alone. In fact, even if you have all kinds of help, in the moment that you are being attacked and are afraid, you're alone.
He said he couldn't make it, and it's, you know, common that he doesn't show up to support things like this, which have to do with mostly Xavier. For me, it's just that this is such an amazing opportunity for all of us to learn and grow from, that I feel that he's missing such a great chance to learn to help Xavier. And he will resist any time. If I were to try to express to him what I'm learning from you, there's a lot of resistance. And so it frustrates me. Like, that's where I just want to, you know, I really want to, like, I really want to just shit on him right now.
But you're trying not to.
No, I'm not. I'm trying not to, you know, because it upsets Gina. I mean, I just don't think energetically, like, Daddy, you know, I think if it has something to do with summer search or college or you needing to get to something in San Francisco, he seems more available. And that's my opinion. Doesn't have to be how your perspective is or what you see.
But I'm just saying, I don't think it's for a lack that he favors one over the other. I mean, the simple fact is those things are easier to deal with than
right.
things like this.
That's kind of what I mean.
That's a good point, actually. He just doesn't have what it takes to step in for Xavier, is what you're saying. So, how do we help with that?
I think I pick up a lot of the slack for where my dad doesn't step up. So that's really on his own accord. He has to do that himself. I can't do it.
True. If you're right, though, these techniques will make Zay easier to take places.
You know, I can't do the computer, the Wii, the phone 24/7. I have to have some calm, you know, like especially when we're waking up.
It is day 4. Jody knows there's only one day left, and she's starting to panic about the whole rewinding computer aspect.
You know, there's a lot to control, like Xavier will want my phone, the computer, the Wii, all of this stuff.
Xavier's dad didn't come, so she's in that kind of low, sad place. She's tired, she's sad, and when you're tired and sad, your brain looks for reasons to be tired and sad, to feel hopeless, to feel like it's not gonna work. So I need to refocus her on what is working. I need to help her see that, in fact, there's no reason to be tired and sad. She can do this alone.
The first thing is you have to notice what's working. Because if you don't notice what's working, you're going to start to feel overwhelmed by the fact that it'll feel like nothing's changed.
So then at night, let's say, you know, this is the last thing he does, do we just leave it so in the morning it's right where it was when he left it when he went to bed?
Oh, you treat him like a regular kid. If it was her and she... Do you have a habit? Something drives your mom crazy?
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Everything.
Well, pick one. Like talk on the phone or... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she has a cell phone thing. She wants to talk on the phone. You don't want her to talk because it's bedtime. What do you do?
Oh, I tell her to put the phone in another room and turn it off.
Okay. And then do you make sure that it's in the exact same space the next day so that she doesn't have a tantrum?
No.
Do you know what would happen if you did that?
No.
You'd teach her to have a tantrum.
The truth is, you can make anyone tantrum if you walk gingerly and signal them that you are being careful. When behavior is directed by emotion, the energy released from one person to another creates a form of limbic system communication. And limbic system communication tethers one person to another. It works like a seesaw. When person A displays aggression, person B cowers. But this also works in reverse. When person A cowers, person B displays aggression. Cower equals aggression. Aggression equals cower. Very often the way to stop aggression is to stop cowering. Fight, flight, freeze, cower, befriend, and walking gingerly, etc. These are the many permutations of that limbic system dance. If you're a person walking through your house and you feel everybody else paying attention to you but pretending they're not, being careful about you, you feel that energy. You're aware of it. You don't have to be autistic for that. So you become very aware of it, and that changes how you respond. If they don't do that, you're a different person.
By you being afraid of the tantrum, the person steps into the space you left them and takes the role you gave them of tantruming person. Especially when you don't have a lot of cognitive ability or social skills, you just role play all the time. He's role playing. You saw how he smiles in the mirror after a couple of good shots. Right now, well, I did that really well. Right? So he's stepping into the role you give him a lot of the time. So you say, hey, that's actually mine, and I need to use it, and you need to go to bed. So, you got 5 more minutes, and then you go to bed, and I use my computer. I have stuff to do. It's not mysterious. It's that simple. And if he has a tantrum, you say, oh, well, that's unfortunate, because now I feel like if I can't, later, not in the moment, but as it calms, like say, see, now I feel like I can't let you use my computer because you get upset.
We want to teach through cause and effect, not behavior then punishment. The difference is his perception will be, I did something and then this happened. With behavior then punishment, his perception will be, I did this, then somebody else made this happen. You become the authority figure to fight.
If everyone's afraid he'll have a tantrum, he isn't going to learn it, because all he has to do is go a couple of times and everyone's like, tantrum's on the way. See, don't be gingerly.
Okay.
Be matter of fact and don't be tough. So this is the hardest thing. We're used to, I stand up for my rights. Or I just let him walk all over me. And I'm asking you to step into the middle of that and be matter of fact and clear. Yesterday he went to the mailbox. He loved being down there, just sort of standing in the hallway, and so much calmer because he's in his own freedom. You will be amazed at what freedom will do to put him in his body and in his own self. Okay? It was really cool to watch.
Super important, primary lesson of the day is freedom. I don't want Jody feeling lost and confused and taking away technology to get what she's after. I want her giving freedom to get what she's after, which is a beautiful, friendly son.
And I'm going to start trying to move him towards our, some goals like freedom being a goal, getting him on stage so that he knows that he can go have a plan, work on it, get to it, and that he can count that it will happen. Not we're just talking about stuff and it doesn't really transpire. So we have to find a stage. I haven't found one yet. Is that fine?
Yes, when you're playing with Xavier, Gina's gonna walk over to the hospital and see my mother.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
One more minute and then I'm coming in. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Time to play with your friend. Oh, what you doing?
You have your shorts on? Because it's time for us to play and have some fun.
Put your shorts on so we can play.
What's the Netflix?
Okay, but then that means we do computer first. Is that what you want to do? Do you want me to do the computer first and then play second?
Yes.
Okay, here, you put your shorts on. I'll try. Here, put your shorts on. I got my brain. All right. What's the clue? Were you talking to yourself?
Oh, why did that happen? If I was doing everything correctly, why did he pull my hair? It's a good question. My take on this is that I had asked him to let me in, and he had chosen that. He'd chosen friendship. So he stopped himself in the middle of an activity that has a high arousal level, and he's trying to calm himself by focusing into his technology, using it well, helping himself. And I'm asking a question.
What's the clue?
It's just one too many things for a second, and then I put my hand on his back to see where he's at, and it's like, whoa, I need to give her a little pull to back her off. That's okay. Finding the ceiling of where a person is what we're after. We want to know where they're at so we can always tease that edge and help them to grow even more comfortable.
I prefer you don't do that, actually. You can just say I was talking to myself.
Keep your energy matter of fact when you want to be heard.
No.
Okay? Cool. Thank you.
So the attention that I give Xavier is always on success.
Are you ready for me to clean your head?
Yeah.
All right. Yay!
His success is where we put the bright, shiny light of attention and love.
Hey, one more on the spot on the back of the head. Here I come. Yay! Thank you for letting me. Nice. Okay. You want me to help you, or do you want to help yourself, or how do you want to do it? Good. Go ahead, do it. Look in the mirror. You want help?
Well,
Right there.
okay.
There you go. Good. Just push it on right like that. We have to push it, actually. Good. Nice. Do you think I can put this on your shirt so it just sits on you?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Then I don't have to hold it. That's awesome. Thanks for letting me.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes?
No?
No? Okay. You're the boss. That's up to you.
Yes.
I wonder why the thing needs to be on Xavier's shirt. She mentioned yesterday that it would be really good if he wore it on his shirt.
It's all about autonomy. The more he does for himself, the freer he is, the more independent he'll be, and the freer I am and Jody is. You want to teach autonomy.
Scooby keeps punching himself in the face.
Joe's notebook.
Joe's or Steve's?
Both.
Two. I love that you said both. That wasn't even one of my choices. You're so smart.
It's important that I signal, your pulling my hair did not stop me from being in your space, from touching your body, from being someone asking things of you. It didn't work.
Hey, buddy, what do you think? Can I put this on your shirt now so that I don't have to hold it? Yeah? Oh, cool. I'm not sure if you know what I'm asking. Can I put this here on your shirt? Thanks.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. I thought you said yes. Sorry. Just so you know, the reason I was trying to do that is because I want you to have freedom. So every 5 minutes or so, I'm going to see how comfortable you are with the amplifier on you, because it will really make this better for you. What do you think? Should I try putting the amp on your shirt again?
No.
Okay. Thanks for telling me.
Oh, you want me to lick your head?
Can I? Can I lick your hand?
No.
Oh, well then don't lick my hand!
So in this moment, the only thing there is to do is speak his language with him so that I can hear his language, so that he will speak my language.
A clue. You see a clue?
I did see
Where?
a clue. I saw one on the pond,
I
one on
want
the
job of
dock.
those.
I don't know that one.
Thanks.
Are you gonna show
I
me
want
that?
job of those. A clue on the duck?
Oh, you're right. There it is. It's on the duck.
No matter where you are in the playing and joining and requesting, you have to keep your eye on the future goal. In this case, I'm constantly planting the theater
This is a great idea for our play.
and editing.
How did you do that? You are so good at the computer. You could definitely be an editor.
Our future goal is that Xavier uses his interest to create a career.
Hey, buddy, it
You
looks
see a
like
clue?
I need to touch you to
Where?
keep a good contact. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so here I'm not only touching him, but I'm talking about the fact that I'm touching him. And that raises his awareness to the fact that I'm touching him. If he's good with that, we know we're in a really comfortable place.
Maybe we'll do that tomorrow from the stage. Oh, remember to keep your tongue in because I have really bad breath right now. I was drinking a lot of coffee. Yeah, did you smell it?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to, ugh, that must have been gross. Oh, there's another reason too. Putting your tongue in someone's mouth is sort of a girlfriend-boyfriend thing, and you and I are friends, just regular friends.
Every bit of this is about sexual and social appropriateness.
You're 13, right?
Yeah.
So you probably want your girlfriend to be like
Give us a
13.
clue. Oh, you see a clue.
Yeah, that's
You
a
see a
clue. My wrinkles are a clue. I'm too old for you.
She's so funny.
See a clue?
I do.
Where?
Right here. Look, there's a clue.
What about
There's
over
a
the
clue.
No, there.
It's
Where?
great.
I can't find it.
Oh, you should say that to camera.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
To camera, I can show it to you, and you'll see yourself being Stephen Jobs.
Come on, Xavier, say that to camera.
Want to try it? Okay.
She never pressures him to do her thing. She just joins him in his thing kind of thing.
I don't have to pressure Xavier to do my thing. In fact, I'm doing his thing and allowing him to do his thing and asking him to simultaneously do my thing. Makes it easy. And that's what friends do.
Well, I'm sure Xavier wants, I know he wants friends. So anybody who will show interest in what he's doing is like, wow, they like my thing.
Wow. How do you do that?
Now we've reached the point where not only can I touch his back and pat his back, but I can sort of rub his back and stay in physical contact the entire time. This signals to me that he's reached a place of comfort with himself, with his body, and with me. Time to raise the bar.
Should I try putting it on your shirt again? It would be really great if you wore this on your shirt. I'll just give it a try. You can always say no if you don't want me to. There, perfect. See, now it's on you.
Oh, she's got it on him. Look at that.
There is.
We discovered a what is that clue?
Look at him. He's like feeling the freedom and the excitement, and he's using his stimmy talk to try and express that to me.
A wooden stick is our first Liz clue.
Wooden stick, and that's probably what it feels like on his back.
We discovered a what is that clue?
Now that I'm talking his language, I understand it. I can hear. He's telling me something special inside of his Blues Clues script.
You are done. And you wore it on your shirt. That was fantastic. He wore it on his shirt. He did it all himself. He's completely independent. Yay!
Thank you for all your help.
You are welcome for all your help.
A diamond shape? What?
What?
If this wasn't a transition moment, I would ask him, why are you doing that? What do you want from me? But it's a transition moment. I've just stopped neurofeedback. So because of that, I'm easy with it.
Now, do you want to play with me or do you want to break first?
Break first.
Okay.
What you do depends on when you do it.
I feel like there's so much I'm doing wrong.
I mean, I felt like that too. This isn't something that just goes away in a couple of days. It's a long, long journey.
I don't want to cry,
Why?
Is it clue?
because I don't want to be sad, but
And when you feel like it will never end and you don't know what to do, and then all of a sudden you feel like
you might know what to do, that's when you cry.
Yeah, I think I've been punishing myself, for too long about just, I don't need to feel bad anymore about blaming myself for why Xavier is. It's just time to start a new beginning. I mean, it's my real personal spiritual belief that, I feel like through our thoughts and the way we create, that we're the ones creating for our lives what it is that manifests. So deeply, it is truly my belief, not that I caused but I asked for this, for an opportunity to grow in this way. I mean, I could never have evolved as a human being like I am without an autism. Without knowing this experience, I could have never, gone so deep within to know what I'm so courageous, that I am so brave.
Let's put words to this. Let's give it a picture. Instead of saying, that's it, I'm in danger, I'm out of here, or he's out of here, you're saying, that's it, I'm in danger, let's find a way to fix it.
Right.
That, honey, that's courageous. So let's own that, okay? Because that's a big deal.
I know. It really is. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't put Zay in a home or a group home or, a place where, you can just kind of pretend like it's gone because Zay's not here, but it's still his life. That's my son. I created him. I'm here to help him, have an optimal life the way I would any of my children.
There's another beautiful thing that I love about what autism gives us when there's these big challenges like this, speaking of manifesting it into your world. It's the judgment thing. You have a son that you couldn't, when you were a little girl growing up, you didn't think to yourself, I want to have a son who, when I say I prefer that you don't masturbate in front of people, doesn't understand me. You didn't say that. You just assumed that those things would happen quickly and easily. Here he is, and you're going to have to literally teach him every single step, and the only way it's going to work is if you don't judge it as dirty, and you don't judge it as bad, and you don't judge him as gross, and you just go, okay, this is something he doesn't know how to do. He's got human feelings, and
Right.
he needs to learn. End of story. What a gift. What a gift if we could all do that. How many, the people watching this show, there's going to be a large percentage that can't do that. But the few we helped do that, we gave the hugest gift ever.
We're getting answers. We're losing the judgment. Getting back a life that was lost.
And because you were brave, you'll stop getting hit too. It's going to be really good.
So many things, and changing the environment and increasing opportunities to change the environment and just. Right. And yesterday he didn't have any medicine at all.
Excellent. Wow.
Yeah, which is an ultimate goal, of course, to not give him medicine.
I didn't say take him off the medicine. That
No.
would be illegal.
No, you didn't.
Every time it beats, you get a little bit smarter. Every time it beats, you get a little bit clearer.
The 3 W's and the H. So what you do, when you do it, why you do it, and how neurofeedback affects your state.
Breaking it down while we're watching like this really does help you to kind of get a sense of it. In his brain and body, when he has an extreme change, it leads to another extreme change. Hi. Hey, girlfriend. I want the amp on him. I want a half-hour session. This is my want. When it's my want, I'm going to cater through that stage. Sometimes we get busy seeing the autism in a moment like that. And the behaviors that we're wishing would go away, that we don't keep our gratitude.
He's using some language that I didn't know that he had. Today he went, ow, and I was like, what's wrong? And he goes, I have a cramp. And I've never heard him use the word cramp. And
sort of like when you have to pee really bad and somebody's trying to ask you to drive. Yeah, I'm in a bad driving error because I have to pee really bad. But you know what, when you can't, when your sensory system is demanding from you, all of a sudden it takes all your focus, right? It doesn't mean you don't know anything, but in that moment, I can't show you what I know. Because right now, I'm trying not to pee myself. So if you have a sensory system that takes over like that all the time, surely you're going to have lots inside that you can't share because you're busy taking care of your sensory system.
right.
The other pieces, it's going to be listened to. So he doesn't have to say to himself, well, I would tell them I have a cramp, but nobody's going to listen anyway because nobody expects me to talk like that. And anyways, I'll just talk to myself. And I might even put it into my Blues Clues conversation. I'll just go, oh, I have a cramp, and everyone will ignore it. He can actually know that it's going to be heard, so it's worth saying.
Not only do my compliments focus him on his successes, but having these cameras here has made it possible to literally show him the Xavier that's a good friend being successful. Making a video of what he does right helps him to know what he does right.
Latin.
Lynette.
Lynette.
Yes, dear.
Lynette.
Yeah, pretty soon. Tomorrow's my last
Lynette.
day. Remember, keep your tongue in. Let's kiss. Let's have a friend kiss. Okay? Perfect! Good friend! That was awesome! He's seeing and experiencing himself in friendship, in the joy of friendship, and finding out that he's actually good at it. We're laughing and playing together. How wonderful. A lot of people say that autistic folks don't have a concept of self. It's a great way to give it to them.
I'm like, we're the best friends. We're turning into. Let's stop our feet.
No!
Look how happy we are. We're having so much fun.
Remember, look. You're very good at getting the
Oh,
mail.
it's coming the mail. It's Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I think it wasn't there, right?
Lynette, who's gonna be the mail? Scooby-Doo.
You want to go look?
Yes.
You can go check. You can get the key and go check the mail and see if it's here. And when you're down there, why don't you bring the mail up with you? You want to try that?
Yes.
Okay. Steve and Xavier go for the mail while Gina, Mom, and I are talking.
Steve, I'd like for him to just stay and I could be my volunteer.
They really need to be certified.
There's a slight difference in Xavier's trip to the mailbox today. He still sees Steve as his helper, but he's more independent about it. He went straight to his own mailbox. I think he knew where that was the entire time.
Let's see.
No.
I love his problem-solving skills here. Xavier didn't find what he was looking for in his mailbox, so who knows? Maybe this key will work in someone else's mailbox. It looks kind of like he doesn't know what he's doing, but if you think about it, it is possible that the mailman put it in the wrong box. More than anything, it is obvious that Xavier enjoys his freedom. So one of the things to notice about Xavier is he cares very much about his mission. His mission is, I want to find Scooby-Doo DVD in my mailbox. So he goes straight to his mailbox, he opens it up, he goes to leave, and he realizes, oh, wait a minute, the key to the mail is the key to my wish, right? So I can't go without that key because maybe I won't be able to open the mailbox when it does arrive. But what he doesn't care about is locking the mailbox. I call this having no rear view mirror. I had this problem with a lot of my children, and occasionally with myself. If you don't care about what's going to happen later, you don't learn to it. So in Xavier's case, he's not really very concerned about locking the mailbox and keeping everybody else's mail in. He doesn't really care about everybody else's mail. He cares about his. And so he's not associating that if he leaves it open, the Scooby-Doo DVD would fall out. And here's where I'm a little better than Steve, the awesome cameraman. I would at this point say, you know, if you leave that open and the DVD does arrive, someone will take it or it'll fall out. And then he'll care about locking the mailbox. So it's all about making it related to his interest. The trick is to have Xavier know that we expect him to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, get that closed. Let me know if you need help.
Yeah.
Do you want help?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll take the key.
Oh, I love this. My awesome cameraman. Look what he's doing.
I'm gonna take the key.
He's making Xavier a
And I'm
part of
gonna
the
put it here.
production. Xavier's running the camera. Talk about keeping your eye on the goal.
You want to go next or you want me to go next? Me? The kind of neat thing about letting him do this is that Steve is there. I mean, I could never logically let him run around by myself with me just sitting here going, I hope Zay makes it back okay.
Yeah.
But because Steve is behind him, it's, you know, it's kind of a great...
It's fake aloneness.
Kind of, yeah. We might...
And he's aware of Steve too. Oh, there.
Nice.
Hey! Did you? Was it there? Was it in the mail? No? Okay. Well, maybe tomorrow. All right. Gina wants to come play with you.
Oh,
It's better to not worry about it.
okay. So, what am I supposed to do?
Anything you want. Hang out with your brother and try to play with him.
Hey, can I see the keys first? Can I see the keys? Let's put them back where they belong, in the kitchen.
First thing you did was walk in and ask something of him, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a sister. But if we're thinking about play, the first thing you want to do is walk in and enjoy him, right? So if I'm going to take the keys, I would go, oh my gosh, I came to play with you. Hey, I'm going to put the keys back so that they don't get lost while we play. Same thing, same activity, but with playfulness and with I'm doing this because I'm trying to make space to play.
Mm-hmm. What are you watching, Zay?
So the first thing is when you come into somebody's play, if you come in with just questions, then you're actually not coming in being playful, you're coming in asking for him to do the hardest thing. You're beginning with the hardest thing. But he loves you so much, so he's trying to play with you. He's got his arm around you. He's like, okay, so how do I play? Let's show her. We've been all enjoying this together, so I'm going to show her my stuff. Gina's thinking, what the heck do I do? How do I play? What did Lynette mean by play? This is so boring. I've seen Blue's Clues forever. But I love my brother. When is it over?
And he's thinking, how do I play with her? What do I do? I don't know. She's not really enjoying my game.
No tongue.
Pause. You and him are in the exact same place. He doesn't know how to play, and you don't know how to play. So you're going, I know, tickles.
Tickles?
So he went, oh, we're doing that? Okay, tongue.
No tongue.
So essentially, he actually played back. You did that kind of shocky thing, and he did that shocky thing back. So, okay, I know how to play. Sisters and brothers play like this.
Stop.
No.
Probably he'll start to torment you too.
Oh, Xavier, can you let go of my head, please?
You know, it's his way of creating a reaction and being playful back and forth. And if all we do is tell him not to do it, then it ends there. What we want to do is take it into playfulness. So all he could think of to do is go back to his computer, because he doesn't know how to play, and neither do you. It's about doing something. Because if there's no doing, you're going to end up back at that computer.
No.
Do you want to talk to me, or should we just be quiet?
No.
So there, he reached for you, and then you gave him an option of talk or be quiet. Whereas if you're thinking playful, he reaches for you, go, oh, this is great. Ah, you're so awesome. Playfulness is kind of contagious, especially when you add physicality to it. So here we are, everybody's all serious. I'm playful, and Mom just hugs me back, despite the fact that she was in a different place. It's a good lesson. We all do it. Playfulness is an invitation. For me, playfulness is a good word. I think, oh, am I being playful? And if you think about your brother, he goes, oh, I'm Steve. What's the clue? Oh, he loves that. That's what he replays over and over again, is playfulness. He can't get enough of it. So that's what's going to hook him. It is so awkward to go on purpose and play with your brother if someone's observing you and the cameras are watching, and later the whole world's gonna see it. So the very fact that Gina went in there and gave it the old college try, she's pretty cool. Okay. And we all look fat on camera. It's unavoidable, so just be ready for it. Okay.
Can I come in and play? Oh, okay. Well, can I come in 1 minute and play? Oh, in 1 minute I'm gonna come in and play, okay? I'm gonna count.
Jody's moving on what she learned. She's immediately adding time or counting down. And because she used that technique, because she gave him control, he went ahead and opened the door and invited her in.
You feel like closing the computer and playing with Mom, or do you want to look at the computer together?
Look at the computer together.
Yeah? Okay, let's watch that one.
Okay, how about now? Am I hot or cold?
Let me feel you. Wait, you feel kind of warm. Let me feel.
Hotter.
All right, say. Oh, wait, you're hot?
No.
Should I cool you down?
Here? Am I hot or cold?
I don't know. How do you feel? Hot or cold?
Hot and cold.
Do you feel both?
Jody's so cool. She's trying so hard to incorporate Xavier's talk. She just doesn't know where to take it. And this is a common problem for parents. They understand the idea of talking with the child in their language, but what do I do with that? And her feeling of being lost inside of that is something that is tangible. It's something she can feel and Xavier can feel. So he's going to try and shut her out.
Oh, headphones. Hey, Zay. Can I ask you a question? Oh, that's Scooby-Doo. What did he put in his mouth?
Jody just keeps trying. You've gotta love this, Mom.
Music, dancing.
I like music and dancing. I love Outkast.
Outkast.
Do you love Outkast? The music band? Hey, you know, sometime we could put Outkast on and we could dance.
When he mentioned the dancing was a few steps back, so it's a little bit off kilter to bring it up now, but that's just a learning curve. The idea is sound.
That's hard. Harder than you think.
What do you mean that I think? I had to learn it too.
He definitely was, you know, trying to block me out.
Just tell him not to.
Hey, we're playing right now.
Exactly.
Let's not use our head.
Take those out. I'm here to play with you.
Okay.
You see, like when he goes, I say, you can't do that. You can't hear the beeps. That's that gingerly thing I was talking to you about. You're there to play. Lucky him. Then he says no, and he puts them on anyway. Now you have a decision to make. But you're making it in advance. You're being gingerly and careful.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. In real life, do you do that? Or do you just say take them out? You probably just say take them out. Just remember, you're there to play.
Mm-hmm.
And play means we're here to interact, and I expect some fun with you. If you feel like you're badgering him, you are. Then just take a step back for a minute, say, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, think about it, come back.
Right.
Right?
Poor Jody is trying to make sense of the clash between one therapy and another.
It was Xavier, and he was just showing me how Zay likes a lot of silly, slapstick, physical play.
Learning how to implement the best of every teaching is the problem every parent faces.
You know, and it was all put away, and for that day, Xavier played with him. But there was less of what you're doing.
Less friendship?
Less friendship, less talking.
Mm-hmm. Success comes from turning therapy into normal life.
Teaching me to really not use a lot of language, or really any.
So here's why I do it so different. Because I was a parent, and I'm a parent, right?
That's so smart.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is, I want you to be perfectly honest with me. Are you going to create a playroom and go do slapstick with your son 8 hours a day?
No.
Are you going to do what I'm giving you?
Well, yeah, it's a lot easier is what I'm trying to say.
I've taken all the trainings that I've had and incorporated them as a parent. So though it is awesome to isolate someone in a room and teach them play or teach them academics or whatever, it's not realistic. It's not life.
Where you're probably going to mess up, and I'm just going to tell you this now so you can police yourself and really go, is raising the bar. It's where everyone messes up. Don't feel like, oh no, it's so much fun and he'll stop having fun if I raise the bar. He'll go do Blue's Clues. He might, but that's okay. Because when he goes to do Blue's Clues, part of him is going, wow, that was really cool, that was really fun, and he'll come back again. But if you're afraid to raise the bar, he will get bored with your fun.
Contrary to popular belief, chores are freedom.
Take out the trash from me.
Knowing what you have to do allows you the freedom within the activity.
You know which way to go? That way. Good. I'll follow you. How you doing? I'm fine. Okay. Oh, you pinched me pretty hard. Yeah. Is it okay if I pinch you? What? Oh, let's touch you. Okay. Okay. You don't have to talk to me.
With each new task, Xavier stumbles around and wonders, how come I'm doing this myself? It's a little bit challenging. It's raising the bar. He's not used to living that way, but he can do it.
Zay, where does the trash go? You know where to put the trash?
Don't.
Do you remember where that goes? Where does this bag go? And where's it? I have to go back to your apartment. Yeah, we gotta find the trash. I don't think it's up this street. Look, there's no trash down this street.
That homeschooling experience gave them a place to practice safely being independent. It gave them people who were embracing. And the third thing it gave them was the ability to play things like basketball with regular folks and pool games. You know why? Because there was only 2 other friends for the kids to pick. So they put up with the weirdness.
When I was homeschooling Xavier prior to this past September, because he just went back to school. And
I'm really trying to get Jody to understand the value of freedom and the way in which allowing him to use his interests to further his life is the key to his success.
Have a resort where it's gated and the place that you can get off the resort has a security guard and that sort of thing.
That's a great idea.
It's wonderful.
It's a hard concept for parents, so telling the resort story of my life is a way of doing that.
It's so much easier homeschooling Xavier than waking up, the crack of dawn, lunch, breakfast, this, that, the other.
What happened was my kids were really struggling in school. There was all kinds of problems. And I found myself at a school meeting looking around. It's called an IEP. All of you parents are going, oh, the dreaded IEP, right? So I'm sitting there at an IEP and they're talking about my son, Chance.
And we had so many more social opportunities when he was homeschooling, because we would go to the Palladium and I would go there to just get him exercise. So we would go there to work out.
And I look around at the teachers. I'd heard a feeling in them. And I said, do you guys like my son? And they all looked away and nobody answered. In that moment, I knew that there is no way that my children could benefit from an educational system that doesn't really like them.
And they had a after school thing, and they had a jump house. And so I would bring them there with all these other kids, and it was really funny because all the kids were much younger sometimes, but they were always very accepting. Actually, the kids who were really young were always super accepting of Xavier, and they liked that he was the big kid and he would be with them.
So I took everyone out of school right then and there and ran around trying to figure it out. Well, what I came up with was, let's live in an RV for a year and a half. I didn't know how long at the time. I just knew we were going to live in an RV, and I sold everything. I bought a secondhand RV and a bunch of resort timeshares.
So why did you put him in school if it was going well with homeschooling? What happened?
I have to work.
Right. Okay. Reality.
Yeah.
And then we traveled, going resort to resort. And the concept was, you go in the resort, and while I'm helping one of you, because there were so many, and I was a single mom.
And Gina's going to go away to college, you know.
While I'm helping one of you, the rest of you are in a safe environment, and you can learn to play and have freedom. And people around you are in a happy mood because they're on holidays. And they don't think, oh no, you just moved in next door, I'm stuck with you for life. They think, oh, cute special needs person, let me help. And sure enough, it worked.
It'll be a lot easier to move with Xavier to a situation like that.
We'd go to a resort, people would be happy and helpful, the kids would learn play skills, they'd get annoyed with my kids, I'd put them back in the RV and we'd go to a different resort.
And Gina doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to move and do that. And so when she goes off to school, I'm thinking the best thing to do for Xavier is to be free like that.
The chain of effect of resort to resort was freedom and happy, freedom and happy, freedom and happy, people like you. Kind of like what we're doing with making the video. Look at you. People like you. You're a great friend. I did it in real time. Freedom teaches.
Green puppy. A clue. Whoa. Look at me. A librarian?
Xavier comes back and he hasn't taken out the trash. It's really important. Don't see this as a failure. He went out and he tried to take the reins of his life, to be the driver of the mission.
You forgot to put the trash away! Silly, the trash goes in the trash thing!
But he was lost. He was like, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to just going and doing. And what's this camera guy for anyway if he's not going to tell me how to get there? Him activating his frontal lobes to problem solve and do what he knows to do, this is a new thing.
Take it to the dumpster, please, okay?
You do it. Here.
Oh, would you like help?
It's important to understand, when he comes back, it doesn't mean he failed. It means he's regrouping.
Help me. I don't know where it goes.
And reconsidering and going to his STEM activity, his technology, to regroup. And if I see it that way, then I will act that way. I will plant the idea to him that he's still got a job to do.
Here's the trash, and I'll let you know when 3 minutes is up.
If I don't see it that way, if I see it as failure, I will plant the idea that he failed and that he could try again another day. There's no job to do. So how I perceive something is part of what ends up happening.
Actually, I think what we'll say is, you take the trash out, and while you're down there, maybe go on the treadmill. Do you want the keys? Because then we're adding freedom to a chore.
A chore.
You see?
Right.
We'll see if that works.
Okay.
I figured we were on the wrong path.
He didn't know probably where the garbage. I think he should. We've done it a million freaking times.
Well, yeah, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot
Assume that.
No, you can't teach anybody anything by being the one saying turn right, turn left. How many times have you ever gone in a car and someone else did the directing and you didn't know where it was?
Thanks. Go take the
Good
trash out,
job.
Oh, isn't this awesome? Again, he's choosing the timing. I said he didn't have to do it for 3 minutes, that I would come back and talk to him about it in 3 minutes. And here he comes with the trash in hand. He's regrouped, he's ready, and he's gonna do it. How exciting.
So on your way, take the trash out and then you can go to the treadmill by yourself.
All right.
All right, do you have the keys? Don't forget to put the trash out. Him learning where things are comes from experience. I call this an experiential disorder.
Oh, I love this. He did it so fast, he got himself away from Steve.
But if he can't find it, he engages his own brain.
Right.
And begins to problem solve his own self. That's what freedom teaches.
If Steve, the cameraman's, not gonna help me, I'm doing this alone.
So then let's be real. When we practice this, there's got to be somebody who's trailing him.
Usually I position people. Like I'll have somebody with a cell phone. They take, okay, just pass me. Like it's just like a spy movie.
Wow, this is not fake aloneness. Xavier's actually alone and headed for the trash, and Steve, the camera guy, is trying to catch up.
He may not today solve keeping himself focused enough to find the trash and put it in. Or he might put it in and put the keys in, and then we have to go back and get those. And the whole time, guess what he's not doing?
Rewinding.
Yeah.
Right.
He's busy.
Right.
Yeah, and what's funny to me is...
And he's not on a schedule, and it's not a
Yes,
monkey who's
exactly.
like, first take the trash out.
I swear, I don't know the way here yet. We've come here a million times, but Ken's always in the back going, okay, in 2.5 miles, you're going to turn right. I haven't bothered to learn it. I haven't had to. I could think about the show. Or you, or they, or, you know. And that's what he's spent his life doing.
Right.
Look at him walking proud.
Oh, and you know what we do all the time? We take the kids and then we rush them through that and then we go, I don't know what to do with them for the rest of the day. That could have taken 4 hours. So you're fine, you're still working. Oh, did you do it, buddy? You have the keys, and did you take the trash out? Good job! You go to the treadmill?
He just looked me so deep in my eyes just now. It was such great, such good eye contact just now. Like, did you see that? You know?
I love that, and I'm gonna go back to science whether you're emotional or not. For the first time probably in his life, he's not the broken person everyone's trying to fix. You all are a family trying to fix and improve and grow together.
How do you fix that?
Hey, buddy, thanks for keeping your underwear on. That's awesome. Shorts look better on the Hollywood movie, though, and the cameras are in here. Why don't you put your shorts on?
No, just for the internet.
Oh, that's right. It's when I leave. But that was brilliant that you explained that. You look so handsome.
You look great for Hollywood, Zay. I love your stylish look.
Oh, thank you for joining us. So are you ready to do the computer? You want to do it sitting there?
Go get your computer.
No, he doesn't have to. He can
So Jody introduced the STEM.
do just this. Oh, Mama, I wouldn't have done that. Sorry.
So if he didn't ask for it, I wouldn't offer it.
Okay, so you just what's called introduced the STEM. He might have been willing to do this without it. It's all right. Things happen. It's all right. It's all right. Next time. But that's how you get rid of that stuff. Good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well done.
Try the bottom shelf!
Oh, is that from Blue's Clues or Scooby?
Blue's Clues.
Oh. You can look over there at Steve's camera and do a Blue's Clues line. Say, try the bottom shelf straight into camera.
Try the bottom shelf!
Oh, put your eyes here. Look at it here. Look right here.
Now say it. 10.
Try the bottom shelf.
Try the bottom shelf!
Perfect.
Finally, he said it into camera. This is awesome.
The same. Awesome. Is the wire tickling you? Because I can fix it.
No.
No? Okay.
Oops.
It fall off here. I'll help
This
you.
is so great. It fell off and he said, oops. So he's caring about it being on, about doing it right and being cooperative. That's exciting.
There we go. I can fix it. That's my job.
Frosty the snowman. Is it a man? Frosty the snowman. Frosty returns.
If I start counting now, I have to count from 200. Can I wait till it's only at 100 parts?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are all done.
When you stop a session, the brain is continuing down the path you sent it on, and the person needs time to shift. If you remember a few episodes ago, we talked about how when Jody brings up Xavier's behaviors, it introduces them to him.
Right before he was almost done, like I noticed him, like the way he would pinch us, pinching himself.
So she's talking about him pinching. She's introducing the pinch.
Need some squeak?
Gentle, please. Gentle. Yeah, it's a transition right now, so that's why you want to cater.
When you take a minute to transition and relax, police yourself. Don't introduce the violence.
What just happened to there? I kind of wasn't sure if I saw it. Did you?
Even the cameraman introduces the pinch.
Just be safe, Mom.
You're okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't
Thank
there.
you for being safe.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, Zay.
In shifting and in changing, there's a...
You can expect it.
Yeah, so you can be...
Okay, so...
So don't see that as a negative. See it as just the transition to go from one to the other, and it'll blend. Very often, I try to create a habit of going straight to a bath or straight to a meal. So right now, what I'm saying is the priority is
comforting.
Yes,
catering.
comfort that shift.
So do you know about like Louise Hay and affirmations and stuff like that? So
An affirmation is a concept that really works. You introduce the positive, but you have to believe it.
So now when you go, wow, in the mirror, there I am, you're pretty cool. I think you're smart. You actually meant it. So we can believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I do have a great wolf house. You gotta hear us. Ready?
Ready. I'm ready.
Oh,
wow. That is a great wolf background.
You do have a great wolf howl. Holy cow, that's fantastic.
I want to do it.
Where?
Oh!
Hey, stop!
Oh, is it
okay.
too much? Well, do you want us to do it quieter or
Where?
stop?
I don't see the clue.
On the wolf.
Oh, we thought you wanted us to howl.
Try the clue.
You know, we're a reflection of each other, and you know, I can't be well if he's not, and vice versa.
Yes, you can.
I can.
Yes, you can.
Well, I feel like
You want autonomy? Yes, you can.
but I have to take care of myself first.
So much so that you're not the other person in the hole.
Right.
You know that saying, 2 people in the hole is just 2 people in a hole?
Yeah.
But a really healthy person can actually go, well, okay, there's a person in the hole. How do I get them out? All right, I'm up here, I'm not in the hole, so I can see the horizon, I can find the rope, I can figure out what to tie it to, I can encourage them. If they can't grab onto it, I can come up with a way to get a device down there. But 2 people in a hole is just 2 people in a hole. So you don't want to be holding on to a belief that says a good mother needs to be sick if her child is sick, or unhealthy, or unwell, or unhappy, or it's not going to get you there.
Right. Because I'm lost my mind by now.
Right. So you reclaim your mind, and then you'll just have clarity,
To have the
creativity.
answers are just gonna
Oh yeah, you'll
come
be
to me.
creative. You're so creative. Already, I could see that when you were playing with him. You know, you were willing to be where he's at, doing his little mannerisms and stuff. But you can't do that when you're, when
I don't
you're
want to
under.
do that all the time.
Well, you don't have to do that all the time. Tomorrow's our last day. Xavier, tomorrow's my last day with you, okay? We're going to go to a stage tomorrow. We have to find one. So I can feel Jody's still worried about, will Xavier always rewind? The guys are sick. I'm sick. Jody's starting to get sick. We're going to pile in the car. She's going to still try to help us find a stage while I get on the phone with all my friends and say, we need a stage. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Google. Google.
Google.
The brain brawn asks the Google God, how do you fix that?
How'd she know he was going to take out the trash?
How did I know that he could handle being free, being alone, going in the parking lot where the cars are? Because he was the one making the right choices. We were the ones making the wrong choices. He didn't want to cross the street in the moment that the car that was too big was coming. But if you're in that moment, and even you who watched it with full bird's eye view didn't see that, in fact, he knew, no, it's dangerous, we shouldn't be going. And we're going, oh, come on, let's go across the busy street, okay, let's get back. You know, and that's what happens, you know, we're pulling these kids and we're pushing these kids and the fact is, he was doing the right thing already. We could have just trusted him and said, oh, how do we cross the street, say, and that would be the next step.
Sure.
I'd say, you know what? I made a mistake. Last time we crossed the road, you had to save me by backing us away from that really big truck. Can you show me how to cross the road? Because apparently I'm not very good at it. And make him the expert.
Right.
So and his answer was correct. So his mom was so sure it was a sensory issue, that it was probably sound or whatever. He's like, it's a big truck, it's bigger than us, we'll die.
Yeah. So bring out the good sense that's naturally, intrinsically in the child.
I already know it's there.
Yeah.
Be willing to see that the child's already doing it. And that requires a kind of belief in intelligence that isn't obvious. We ask autistic kids to cross the street like this. No cars. No cars. I'm safe. People don't cross the street like that. They don't cross the street like that.
Right.
Why are we asking them to cross the street like that and then modeling something else?
Right.
And the message they then get is, I'm too stupid to know, so you do it for me, I'll just follow you. The second Steve said, wait for me, Xavier, he knew he had someone else there. He let go of his control position and he let someone else be the guide, but Steve's not guiding, so he's like lost. And by the way, can you clap for Steve? Because he was so amazing. This is him here. My favorite moment is, ow, that kind of hurt. Do you want me to pinch you too?
Oh, you pinched me pretty hard.
Yes.
Is it okay if I pinch you?
What? Oh, well, let's touch you. Okay.
Okay.
Fix it in 5.